Donnelly's addiction is my one true constant. Even though I wake in false dawns and find the landscape changing, flowing inconstantly through my tears, I know his reaching is always upon me.
Ooh. Stalagmites and stalactites. Have a good night. Hope to hear from you again soon. I'll always be around. It's been a lot of fun talking with you, so if I see you on, if you see me on, just pop on in. I'm always happy to talk. See you later. Have a good night. Mushrooms. I'll go this way. Oh wow. The other way then. I thought this was the wrong way.
I first saw him sat by the side of the road. I was waiting for you to be cut out of the wreckage. The car looked like it had been dropped from a great height. The guts of the engine spilled over the tarmac, like water underground.
Okay. It's a weird way to put it. Alright, well, I guess I'm jumping in again. Hooray! Oop! Oop! Oh, nope! Nope! Oh, whoa! Whew! Deep into the creepy cave. Do not fall in hole. That's probably bad if I do. Is that blood?
If the caves are my guts, this must be the place where the stones are first formed. The bacteria phosphoresce and rise, singing through the tunnels. Everything here is bound by the rise and fall, like a tide. Perhaps the whole island is actually underwater.
This is really cool. Oh, I love games like this. So awesome looking. So intricate. Design, I love it. The music, beautiful. That's why don't talk that much, because the music's so nice and the narration comes in randomly, so I just don't want to be stepping on it with my own stupid voice. What? It's like a cave of stars. Holy moly. Look at that. Wow.
I will hold the hand you offered to me, from the summit down to this well, into the dark waters where the small flowers creep for the sun. Headlights are reflected in your retinas, moonlit in the shadow of the crematorium chimney.
Oh. Nothing in there. This looks like a pond out of Tron. It's a bunch of free memory right there. Ooh. What am I supposed to do? Just float along. Nope. Oh look, another hole for me to jump in. Whatever. Woo! Uh-oh. What? Okay. That's a medical gurney. What's that? It's like a car. Of course it's rusted over. There's nothing wrong with hallucinating a little. A little hallucination's good for you. Box of candles. Candles. Someone work at Yankee Candle? Maybe? Not endorsed by Yankee Candle. Or anyone for that matter. Let's go this way.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
I have no idea if I'd fallen, so I'm not gonna take that chance. Man, look at that. There's a cave over there. Check that out.
Of fire and soil, I chose fire. It seemed the more contemporary of the options, the more sanitary. I could not bear the thought of the reassembly of such a ruin. Stitching arm to shoulder and femur to hip, charting a line of thread like traffic stilled on a motorway, making it all acceptable for tearful aunts and traumatized uncles flown in specially for the occasion. Reduce to ash, mix with water, make a phosphorescent paint for these rocks and ceiling.
Someone was doing surgery. Okay. Let's just check over here before we head back the other way. What are these pictures? Car door. Huh. What's this? Paint and paintbrushes. What was that? Hmm. Hmm. Ooh. New paintings. What's the painting? What's this? That's uh-huh. Hmm. Chemical symbols or electrical symbols. Looks more like chemicals though. I don't know what any of that means. 3 nitrogen? 3N, is that what that is? I don't know. I don't know what that creepy noise was either. A picture of someone. One of this picture of that's the woman he's talking about that in the car accident. One of the pictures we saw of the car. Loss is a painful thing. Especially immediate loss that you blame yourself for. Even if you couldn't do anything about it. Pieces of the car.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac, the leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been traveling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic.
Light from heaven shone around us. Is he taking passages straight out of the Bible from Paul? I feel like that's what he's referencing.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Well, that's this something Robert sincerely. I can't read what it says. But look at all that. Ooh boy. What, this all started with a guy stealing a book? Okay. Sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Look at that, it'll sink.
The pain in my leg sent me blind for a few minutes as I struggled up the cliff path. I swallowed another handful of painkillers, and now I feel almost lucid. The island around me has retreated to a hazed distance, whilst the moon appears to have descended into my palm to guide me. I can see a thick black line of infection reaching for my heart from the waistband of my trousers. Through the fugue, it's all the world like the path I have cut from the lowlands towards the aerial.
Oh, so he's dying. He got something, now he's dying. There's a broken leg. You have. Is supposed to be angels singing? Is that what that's supposed to mean?
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together. If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection. Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
That says could not see.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jacobson back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus. I am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star.
What you
Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. You've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent. Away.
Oh!
Come back.
Wow. That was really great. That was really great. I guess. Him and his friend were running away from their problems, I guess. Seems like. The book he stole. It was only him on that island, along with Donnelly, Esther. And once Esther died, all he had to talk to was himself and the memory of Esther. I guess that's who he was trying to explain his life to and things to. Someone other than himself. And after he did that, well, I guess he just wanted to be free. Well, that was Dear Esther. I thought it was fantastic. The scenery, the music, the atmosphere was amazing. I'm going to try and find more games like this, more stories like this. If anyone knows any, please feel free to let me know. You can tweet me at baboonballs, BABOONBALLS. I'll be streaming every once in a while, a couple times a week. I'll probably be doing mostly some Overwatch, maybe some Dead by Daylight, but I'm gonna try and focus mostly on the story content in games and games that are focused around that, where not so much multiplayer gameplay or gameplay. It's experiencing a world, a setting, a place, and the people in it that I think is the biggest draw for me. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. If that's something you're interested in, coming back anytime. Like I said, if you have any ideas for any games that are story heavy or story driven, whether it's sci-fi, adventure, even horror, I don't mind. As long as the story is good, I can play through a horror game. Generally I don't play them, but if the story's solid enough, I will go through them. So let me know. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.